Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Cascadia playthrough. So, we did Cascadia a long time ago, and then I got the expansion, and then I realized I never did anything with it. In fact, I didn't even play it. So I've had the expansion for basically when it came out, and then just never played it. And when I played Cascadia with other people, because I hadn't done the expansion rules yet, I never played it. So I was like, well, let me just get this out, because I think we're overdue for that. So, Cascadia, I'm not going to go over the rules of their base game. You can go check that out. It's a very simple game. I'm sure you guys are fully aware of it. And what these flat-out group games, a lot of them will be doing is they have a set of scenarios. So we have a particular setup of scoring cards that we're going to use. Base Cascadia comes with 15 different scenarios, and Landmarks comes with an additional 20. So there's a total of 35 scenarios, which is a ton. Plus there's achievements, which I think would be a good way to play the game solo without having to do the scenarios. If you just go for an achievement, if you don't get it, then you can count that as a loss or whatever. Because the namesake of the expansion, the landmarks are only for half of the scenarios. So half of them use just some of the new animal cards. There's 3 more animal cards for every animal. So there's a total of, what letter does it go up to? G? Is that 7? I think. E, F, G. Yeah, I think it goes up to G. So there's 7 scoring cards for every animal now. And then we have the landmark cards that are the big new thing for this expansion. Also, there's additional tiles and tokens and home plates and stuff like that, and more tiles for expanding it to 5 and 6 player, but obviously that doesn't really matter for solo. So let's go ahead and get into this with our starting land piece here. And we're going to be doing scenario 12 because I wanted to show off the landmarks. And so we have B for the bears, C for the elk, F for the salmon, G for the falcons, and A for the foxes. And we're using CI for the mountain cards, H and D for the forest, D and F for the prairies, J and L for the wetlands, and F and G for the rivers. And then we have to score 85 points. Additionally, we have to get 4 or more points from our forest landmark. So that's our prerequisite there to win the game. I think we'll be fine on that because the landmarks do add some points. And basically the way the landmarks work is that at any point, or once you attach a tile to one of your corridors that makes it 5 or greater, you can take one of the landmark pieces of that type and add it to the tile that you placed it on, or that tile that would be making that count. So if I placed my 5th forest tile and I wanted to do this, I would then take the forest token and place it on my 5th forest tile. The animal token I get would have to be placed somewhere else or go back to the bag. And then I'd be able to take one of these scoring cards. Now in multiplayer, you have them equal to the player count. So you are kind of racing because you want to try to grab something before somebody else. But in solo, we have kind of a little liberty to pick and choose when we want to do it. Now, for this particular scenario, we need to make sure we score at least 4 points with our forest landmark. So one of them is large corridors. Score for each forest corridor size 2 or more. So I'll have to make at least a 5 corridor size one to get the landmark, and then I have to get the second one to get the 4 points I need for that. And then hawk and salmon, score for each hawk and salmon in the forest. So that's the other kind of thing. So that might not be the best one for us. The other thing that gets added for this is we're going to add an additional tile to the thing, and we basically flip over till we get one of the tiles. What is it called? Keystone tiles. So we flip over till we get a keystone tile, and we get to add that keystone tile to our board first thing. So we actually start the game with our starting habitat plus a keystone tile. So we're going to flip over till we get a keystone tile, and once we get that keystone tile, we'll add it to our habitat, and then shuffle these back into the supply for this game. And surely... And yeah, for solo, we do it until we get the first one. In multiplayer, it's a little different. Okay, so that's our first one. We'll shuffle these back in. Over there. Okay, and then this gets added to our deal. And how do the hawks score? So the hawks are going to score scores for each pair of non-adjacent hawks with at least 3 unique habitats between them. So, at least 3 unique habitats between them. Well, that's kind of like a pain, but we'll put it there, and then that way maybe we can get a hawk, something here, and then a hawk here. So, okay. let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna have our four tiles out, and we'll draw from here. Okay, so we got our bag. We've got our starting point. Now bears will score. It says as long as there's a group of 3 bears and another bears next to them, they get 10 points. The elk will score for having a bunch in any shape, so we get 8 of them together. That's 28 points. The salmon score for each run per salmon. Runs are not to be adjacent, plus 1 point for each bear adjacent to that run, so we can get some bear kind of grabbing the salmon. We talked about the hawks. They have to score. They score points for every pair of hawks that have at least 3 different unique habitats between them, and having this would work. So if I were to place out, a prairie and a forest here, and then have a hawk here, it would work. So, and then finally we have the foxes. They score 1 point for each unique animal around them. So, what does it say? Score each fox number of unique adjacent animals foxes count. So they can score up to 5 points. Okay. All right. So, and we'll kind of assess the landmark cards when we get to that point. But we need to score at least 4 points from this and score 85 points overall, which I think we can do. This is really interesting to me. So maybe I think we go for this. I think we take this. We're going to put that there, I think, and put that right there. And then, of course, this gets removed. We slide these over. Flip. Boom and boom. Okay. I kind of like the idea. If I get this here, oh, but I need another thing here to put them in between, so maybe we don't want to do that. Let's see, maybe. I have these hawks, and I feel like I probably need to try to get points with them. Okay, we're going to take this. The matter of where I want to put it is going to be the part that... I guess if we go here, I'd have to set up another hawk adjacency because it's pairs, so I'd have to get another set. So if I got this one here, I can put something here, and then I have to put something here to put something here maybe. Or maybe we just take this to get the that token, and then we need bears to be in a group. I'm not in love with this tile though, but at the very least, we could use it to create some different habitats there for maybe scoring the hawks. Actually, let me do it. I'm going to set it up like this. Yeah, we're going to set it up like that. Okay. Oh, okay. So this will get wiped. We are supposed to put these back in the bag, but I don't know if it really matters. Okay, and actually I'm going to choose to deal with that one, and I can only do that once per turn, but since they're all the same, I choose to wipe those as well. All the hawks was mandatory, but then the foxes was an option. Okay. I don't know what we're going to be getting out of salmon, though. I think that one's going to be a little tricky. We could get this here, get this bear to go there, this salmon. Got an elk, which I want more elk. I want to try to get 8 elk. That may be very hard, but I really want to try to get it. Which I could take this to start expanding out here, maybe. And then I can basically have my second corridor, my second forest corridor, because I'm splitting my forest. So I think we'll try to go for that. Ooh, yes. We're going to take this. Okay. Oh, do I want to get rid of the bears? I need this tile, really, and I need a bear, so maybe I don't. Or I take this tile, take this hawk. If I put the hawk here, and I can get a hawk here, that'll score me, and it gets me one of my tokens. So I think we go for that there. Or we put this here, right, this will get us our wetlands. This could get us our wetlands. We'd have to put it here. So am I foregoing something if I put this here? Like, is it going to mess me up? I don't think so, because I can get salmon to go that way if I wanted to do salmon. And this can be either add 2 to your largest wetland size. So if I were to take this and add this here. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to do this. I'm going to add this here. You have to place it on the tile that you selected. So we place the hawk here. I have to get my token. And then I've got to place this here. And obviously when you're playing without a camera, you can stick it up like this, but we're going to stick it like that. And I have to choose one of these cards. So I either can increase my corridor, so add 2 to your wetland, to our largest wetland, which is this one. So it becomes 7 instead of 5. And that makes it, for solo, if you get at least 7 for a corridor, you get the +2. That counts for this. So it would increase it to 7. So it's basically going to give me 2 extra points. I'm sorry, it's going to give me 4 extra points, because it's going to give me 1 point for each of these, plus the 2 more points to make it 7, plus 2 more for being at least 7. Or I can just straight up get a free 3 points. I think this automatically gets me gives me an extra point over this one, so we're going to take that one. That one we can't take. Basically, you have to you can only have one thing, one of the landmarks. So this is the one we've chosen. Increase corridor gets us more points. This gets removed. This gets removed. We'll slide these down. Let's see what we get here. More bears. That's fine, because I want the bears. So do I want the bears? Yeah. Or if I took this, this goes here, and they have to be within line of sight of each other. So this would be kind of like, I could do this for this, and that would be 1, 2, 3 4 different things. So that would score me 7 points. So I think we'll take that. And then we're going to take this bear. Ooh, that's a tough one, because I didn't really plan that out all that well. If I do this here, maybe we can... Yeah, I didn't really plan that out all that well. We'll do that instead. We'll just leave it there. We'll take this bear. That gets removed. Those slide down. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 things out, so we're nearly halfway. Okay, the game really wants me to do stuff with bears, which I can get another bear in play. It's not a big deal. But I'd like to get some salmon going, and I'd like to expand my elk situation. So I think we're going to go ahead. I think if we take this, right, this elk can go here, which again will work for the shape. This could go here, I think. We get a bear here, and then we can run the salmon if we get some salmon, which I haven't been drawing any salmon, so it's kind of not great, but we'll see. Oh, there's a salmon. And more bear. So this salmon, I could get, if I got it here, we could do that, and then put something like a fox there maybe. I think I'm going to go for it. We'll go here for this. Gets us another token. This gets removed. Okay, we're definitely taking a bear this turn. I guess we're not, because I don't really have a spot to put it. Because I could put it here, but it blocks my... If I can run that salmon there, it kind of blocks it. So maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe instead, maybe we do pay this. If I go here, 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 here with this, get the salmon in play. I could take this, actually. This creates my river corridor. If I wanted to, I could do this and create the river corridor. Or the 5 for the river corridor. This will go here for this token. Then we can either get 1 point for each river corridor that we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, because as long as one tile counts as a river corridor. Or we can get 3 points for every pair of occupied keystone tiles in the river corridor. And we've got 3 points for that. So currently, they're 3 points. Both of them are 3 points. I think it may be best to take this, because if I get something else that has a river that that ends up being its own corridor, it's just going to net us more points. So I think we're going to take that instead. This get removed, so we'll get 1 point for each river corridor. Remove this. Okay. Okay, I've got to definitely figure out something with the tree, because otherwise we're not going to be able to do what we need to do with that. So I've got 2 here and 2 here. I need to figure out the best way to expand this. I think what we're going to do... I'm going to take this one, and we'll take this like that. Put that there. This gets removed. Ooh, not really what I wanted to see. We're going to spend this token to take this and this. This will go there. This will go there. These get removed. Maybe I do this so I can loop around here if need be. We'll do that instead. Okay. Or I've got this spot and this spot, so I think we're fine. But I have to have forests come up, and I guess we're not having that happen. So I've got to take my forests and they come up to make sure I can score them. Okay. In my elk situation, it's 14 points because I got 5, so I'd like more of those if possible. And I need to get more mountains to get the thing there. So maybe we take this and this. We'll take this just strictly to stick it there. We'll take this to throw that there. This gets removed. Okay. Okay, there's a forest, which we desperately need. And some more bears. Could put a bear there. But I really want something else. But I have to take that forest tile no matter what. So if I take that forest tile, that's fine. But the bear going there is going to be kind of useless until I can add something to it. So maybe we do take this. Or do I want to take it with a different animal tile? This is good for these. So it'd probably be the fox, and the fox could score me. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll spend one of these to take this and this. This will go here. This will go... I can put it here, I think. And then get one here. And then that makes my 5. And then I can put the thing up there if need be. Okay. Okay, another forest. Okay, I had to take that forest. But I don't have a thing to put on it. It's because if I take this is where the forest thing has to go. But I've got a little bit of time, so maybe I wait. I've got a little bit of time before I have to take it. So maybe I do take this and this. This will get me this here. This gets me this one, and I can either get 1 point for every elk on a mountain, which will be 1, 2, 3 points, or I can combine my 2 largest mountain corridors, which is 5, 6, 7, which will give me 2 more points as well. So I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I add a mountain here, that becomes, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gets me 9 points total for that. Or I can just score my 3 extra points plus this 5, which is 8 points. So I think maybe we are going to take that. We're going to take the 2 corridors. We'll place that there. That gets removed. Okay, now we've got another turn for the forest, unless a better forest comes up. Like maybe this one will be better for us. And I kind of like it more, and I wish I would have built down here, because then this is going to be another 4. Actually, we can use it, I think. Maybe we do this. We spend... I don't have a spot to put the salmon. Because these 2 here would increase our mountain corridor. Okay, we're going to spend this to take these 2. This will go here. This has to go here because I'm going to put the forest card on this one. And I'm going to take the one that gets me, that's going to get me score for each forest corridor, the size 2 or greater. So this corridor is 5, this corridor is 3. So we're going to get our 4 points from forest. We'll be good. This gets removed. We'll get 2 points for that, but that's fine. Okay. I need to get one more like prairie area to get that last one, which we'll probably figure out at some point. But I've got a little bit of time, so let's take this. We'll add this here for that. That'll get us one of these. These get removed. Do I take this to try to increase this? I do. Oh, this is my last turn. So whatever I do, I've got to decide, do I go grab something for here to put it here to get 1 point for every hawk. So I don't think this is going to be worth it. This will be 1 point for this one, for this one. So that's 2 points. Plus if I took this and this, 3 points, that'd be 3 points. Plus the 5, so that's 8. Or I don't score anything for this, but if I build this out, then that's 10 points. I think that's the better option. So I think I don't take this and I go for trying to make this build out. And if I do that, I can actually I can spend this. Or do I try to do the elk and add the elk down to here? And if I add the elk down to here, or I can add the elk here, the elk is going to be 4 more points for 6, or I get my 10 points from my grouping of bears. I think I'm going to take the bears. So I'm going to spend this, and we're going to take this tile and this, so we can expand this corridor. Do that, and that's the end of the game. All right, so pretty quick, tight 20 minutes. Let's take a look at our scores, see what we get. So we didn't end up scoring this. That's fine. So these are some of my previous attempts. So remember, our scoring here is going to be, we need to get at least 4 points from our forest landmark and get 85 points total. So our bears, we have 10 points for every group of 3 bears, so long as no bears are next to them. Boom, boom, that's 20 points. Okay. Our elk, we're going to score for each group of elk in any shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 14 points plus the 2 on this lone one, so it's 16 points. Salmon, run of salmon plus 1 for each adjacent bear in that run. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, which will be 10 points plus 1 bear, 11 points. Hawks, we score for pairs of hawks with at least 3 different habitats. This pair of hawks has 1, 2, 3, 4 habitats. No, it has all 5. No, it has 4 habitats. That's 7 points. And finally, we score for animals. We score foxes, 1 point for each unique animal. This has 3 unique animals. This one has 5 unique animals for a total of 8 points. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, nice. This has 3. Yeah, 8 points. Okay, so our total for that is going to be 15, 35, 45, 51. Hold on. 20, 36. I was kind of like, well, hold on, wait a minute. So 20, 36, 47, 54, 62. Holy cow. Well, we need 85, so that's like a ton. Okay, now we're going to do our corridors here. So mountain corridor, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus we can add our largest one, so 8, 9. So that's 9 points plus 2 for having at least 7 in solo. Then we're going to score our mountain corridor, largest mountain corridor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 points there. We're going to do our prairie one, which is only 4. We're going to do our wetlands, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This adds 2 more, so 7, 8, getting us 2 more points. And then we have finally our river corridor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? This is 10, not 9, because this is 1, 2. I missed that. So it's actually 10 for my mountains. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, so it's 10 points. Okay, so for the habitats, we have 10, 12, 17, 21, 29, 31, 36. We've got 2 of these left, and then finally with our landmarks, we get 2 points for every forest corridor with at least 2 tiles. So there's 2 of those, so that's 4 points. And then we get 1 point for each river corridor. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 river corridors for a total of 9 points from our landmarks, totaling our final score being, what is this, 62 plus 36 is 98, 100, 109. We needed 85 to win. I got 109 on both the 11th and the 12th scenario. So that's going to be a playthrough of Cascadia with the landmarks expansion. So again, there are 20 more scenarios, which is always great to have more setups. And then, like I said, half of them use the landmarks and the other half don't. So I've got to see some of these more harder ones because the scoring target here is 85, and I feel like we blew it out of the water. And I don't know if it's because like I'm also thinking a lot more. I'm trying to figure out how to fit these in, so I think thinking about that more makes me like just try to score higher. I mean, we got 9 points from this, which is a decent amount of points. I mean, it's about 9% of our points, right? So, I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, I guess some of these challenges you've got like multiple things. So this one would be place 3 landmarks and score 12 points from rivers. So that seems kind of wild. This one is 8 points from landmarks, 10 points for each wildlife type. So you've got to really diversify. So this being the second landmark scenario ends up being fairly easy. The last scenario, 15 points from landmarks, 15 points for each from 3 different wildlife types, and rivers cannot touch forests. That could be very difficult. So anyway, that's going to be Cascadia with the landmarks expansion. There are 12 of these cards. So I think using, say you're playing by yourself and you want to kind of draw these at random because you just draw 2 at random, you can go for a goal and make that your win condition. So say you want to go for 115 points. If you don't score that, then you lose. That could be an option, or try to score 10 points for landmarks or whatever, or go for these achievements. If you don't get an achievement, then it's a loss. That can help kind of make the beat your own score aspect of the game without like much more interesting. Does this have that too? Yeah, it does. It has these 2, but I don't. Oh yeah, it has them here. So yeah, that could be a thing where you try to go for achievements and do that as your beat your own score to kind of make a win-loss condition there. But there's a scenario between the 2 games. You've got 35 scenarios, which is a ton. So if you guys tried this out, what do you guys think of it? Let me know. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.